Hello everyone, Stephen Choi here. This is the first video of the three I'm making today for Monday, June 1st, 2020. Can you believe it's June already? Wow. Okay, so we only have 3 more weeks of these video classes, okay, these online classes, okay? All right, today we're going to be starting Unit 7. Unit 7, title is Shopping. And we're going to look at page 85, okay? Page 85. And right there on the top, it talks about how much and how many, or how much and how many, or how many and how much, okay? As usual, I'm going to talk a little bit about, how much, how many, but at the same time, I want to talk a little bit about count and non-count nouns, okay? I know you probably know about this as well, but just think of it as a review and maybe you'll get some new information as well, okay? All right, so let's talk about how many and how much, okay? So these are a couple of questions. What's the difference between many and much? Okay, as you know, how many is for what? For count nouns, okay? Count nouns, and how much is for non-count nouns, okay? So as you know, when you can count things like a pen, 1 pen, 2 pens, 3 pens, those are called count nouns. They're countable, okay? And non-count nouns are like things like water, okay? You don't say 1 water, 2 waters, 3 waters, okay? Or like sugar or salt, right? 1 sugar, 2. I mean, people say that. I want 2 sugar. Give me 2 sugars in my coffee. But that's not formal English, okay? So things that you cannot count like air, water, coffee, tea, okay? Those are non-count, okay? Those are non-count nouns, okay? So let me give you something, okay? So water is non-count, right? Water is non-count. But if I say bottle, okay? Bottle of water, okay? That's a count, right? That's a count, right? 1 bottle, 2 bottle, 3 bottles, right? 1 bottle, 2 bottles, 3 bottles, okay? Same thing with coffee. Coffee is non-count, but you can say a cup of coffee, right? A cup of coffee, 2 cups of coffee, 3 cups of coffee, okay? So, that's how you make count to non-counts, okay? By using, count nouns in front of those things, okay? What about money? Okay, how about money? Is money a count noun or non-count? Okay, because you can count money, right? You can count money, but the word money itself is non-count, okay? Think about it, okay? So money is non-count. Do you say how many money do you have or how much money do you have, right? It's how much, right? Because you don't say 1 money, 2 monies, 3 monies, right? Now, you do say dollars, right? How many dollars do you have? Or how many cents, right? Okay? Or how many bills? Okay? You can talk about those in count, but the word money itself is non-count, right? If you think about it. Same thing with time. Is time countable or non-countable? Is it count or non-count now? Same thing as money, right? Time, okay? You say, how many time do you have? Okay? No, you say how many times. Okay, that's a different meaning, okay? So when you just use it as a singular form, time is a non-count, right? You say how much time do you have? I have a lot of free time, okay? But you do say what? I have 1 hour or 2 hours, right? Okay, same thing with minutes, okay, and seconds, okay. So weeks, months, days, years, okay. So time, the word itself is non-count, but um, 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 the hours, minutes, and seconds are countable, okay. All right, now I can get into a little bit deeper on these things. Like time can be countable, okay, but we're not gonna get into all that right now. But let's just move on, okay? How about love? Is love countable or non-countable? Love. Okay. Do you say uh, how much love do you have for me, or how many love do you have for me? Right. So love is a count noun, a non-count noun, right? Okay. You say much for love. Okay. I love you so much. You don't say I love you so many, right? I love you so. Okay. You don't say one love, two loves, three loves. Okay. You don't do that. Okay. So that's a count and non-count. But what about, because the love goes here, right? But what about like word like chicken? Chicken, chicken, the food that we eat, or the animal. Okay, so chicken is one of those words that I want to talk about that can be either one. It's both, depending on how you use it. Okay, if you say if you say what's your favorite food? Oh, I love chicken. Chicken is my favorite food. Okay, then it's a non-count. Okay, chicken is non-count in that sense. Okay, you don't say I love chickens. Okay, I mean, if you say I love chickens, that means maybe you have a farm, or you have a backyard, and you have some chickens that you're raising. Okay, so in my backyard, I have 10 chickens. Okay, so chickens. Okay, if you think of it as an animal, okay, that you can see and count. Okay, oh, I see 3 chickens in the backyard. Okay, then it's a count now. Like you want to buy 3 chickens. Okay, but if you want to eat chicken, okay, at a restaurant, if you want to order chicken, okay, or if you say that's my favorite food, as a food, it's a non-count noun. Okay, okay, you don't say I love chickens unless like you really like those animals and go, you want to just kiss every chicken that you see. Okay, so you say I love chicken, meaning as food. Okay, that's singular. Okay, and that's non-count. Okay, same thing with cake. Okay, of all things, cake. Okay, um, you could say, do you want some cake? Okay, that's a non-count. It's like saying, you want to, you could say a slice of cake. Okay, but if you just say you want some cake, okay, that's a non-count. Okay, it's like, you want some cake, you want more cake. Okay, do you like cake? Oh, I love cake. That's non-count. Okay, but let's say you're having a big party and you need 3 cakes. Okay, so you go to the bakery, or you go to whatever, and you want to buy like 2 cakes or 3 cakes. Okay, in that sense, that's a count. Okay, so some words, depending on how you use them, it can be count or non-count. Okay, just remember that. All right. So while we're doing this, let's talk about not just how much or how many, but let's talk about how do we use the words any and some. Okay. Okay. So if I ask a question, do you have a pen? Okay. Okay. Or this is a marker, but let's just call it a pen. Okay. Do you have a pen? Okay. All right. Do you have a pen? Pen is a count noun, right? A marker is a count noun. So do you have a pen? That's a perfectly good question. You can also say what? You could also say, that's a singular question. You could also say, do you have pens? Okay, without the singular article, right? A. Okay. Do you have a pen? Do you have pens? Okay. Do you have a pen? Do you have pens? Okay. They're both good. Okay. They're both good. But when you make it plural, you might want to put in an extra word called any. Do you have any pens? Do you have any pens? Okay. So for the first one, you say, yes, I have a pen. Okay. Or no, I don't have a pen. Right? Very simple, right? Okay. Do you have a pen? Singular question, singular answers. No. I mean, yes, I have a pen. No, I don't have a pen. And for the plural one, you say what? Do you have pens, or do you have any pens? You say, yes, I have a pen. Okay, if you only have one. Or if you have more than one, you could say, yes, I have, let's say, three, three pens. Okay. Now, if it's only one, you could just say, I have a pen or I have one pen. Okay. You could say I have a pen or I have one pen. Or you could say, yes, I have three pens. Or if you could also say what? I have I have some pens. Okay. That's indefinite, right? You're not saying exactly how many, but you do have more than one. Okay. Now, what if it's negative? You say, no, I don't have. Okay, since it's a plural question, you will say, no, I don't have pens, but it sounds much better if you say any. No, I don't have any pens. Okay. So if you noticed, let me just erase this part here. If you noticed, okay, um, you have any and some. Okay, make a little chart. Okay. Okay, make a chart. Okay, so for obviously for questions, you can use any. Okay, you can use any. Okay, for questions. How about for negatives? How about for negatives? I'm sorry. Let's do positive first. How about for positives? For positives, you don't use any. Okay, you wouldn't say, yes, I have any pens. Okay, you would not say that. Okay, but you would say I have some pens. Okay. How about for negatives? Negatives just the opposite. Okay, negatives you say I don't have any pens. Okay, but you don't say I don't have some pens. Some pens no good. Okay, I don't have some pens no good. Okay, all right. So um, you know how about here? How about for a question for some? Okay. Now, if it's a request or an offer, like, do you want some cake? Okay, and especially if you think the answer is gonna be yes. Okay, you can use some in the question. Okay, some in the question. Okay, do you want some cake? Okay, um, would you like some cake? Okay, so you can have some in the question. Okay, all right. All right, but not in the negative. Okay, so basically, you can use any and some in both. Okay, count and non-count situations. Okay, okay. So just remember that any you can use everywhere except for positive statements, and some you can use everywhere except for negative statements. Okay, that's the basic thing about these questions with count and non-count nouns. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's talk about yeah. Let's just do one more example. Okay. If I say do you have do you have any water? Okay. I'm thirsty. Do you have any water? Or you could say do you have some water? Okay. Or if you can even change this to, let's say, okay, do you want any water? Okay, or do you want some water? Okay, so you can say both ways. Okay, for any and some. Okay, both ways, and then you say yes. Yes, what? Yes, I want some water. Okay, I want some. And you can say no, I don't want any water. Okay. All right. So you can do that with the count noun. Okay. Count noun. Okay. You can use some or any. Okay. You can use some or any. And for positive, you use some. For negative, use any. And for questions, you can do some or any. Okay. All right. Okay. So this is basically how you use any and some in the when you're asking when you're using count and non-count nouns. Okay. All right. So let's look at the book. Let's go back to the book. Let's go back to the book and let's listen. Let's listen to this QR code right there. Okay. Let's listen to that one. Okay. Let's listen. All right. Here we go.
Unit 7. Shopping. Page 85. Exercises 2A and 2B.
Julie, look at this car. Automatic transmission, air conditioning, leather seats, sunroof, power windows. It's got everything. And it's only $27,500.
Ken, are you crazy? With tax and fees, that's about $30,000. We can't afford $30,000 for a car. Where are we going to get the money? The balance in our savings account is less than $8,000.
No problem. Look here. It says special financing available. Only 4% interest with 60 months to pay off the loan.
60 months to pay? That's 5 years. We're going to pay for that car every month for 5 years. Ken, you know I'm afraid of getting into debt. We have bills to pay every month, and we need to save money for college for the kids.
Well, Julie, tell me, do we need a car or don't we need a car? Our old one always needs repair, and it's...
Okay. We do need a car, but we don't need a new car. We could look for a used car. Let's go across the street and look. I'm sure we can find a good used car for $10,000 or even less than that.
Yeah, but Julie, look at this car. It's a beauty. We should get it. We can buy the car on credit. Everybody does it.
No, not everybody. My father always paid cash for everything. He didn't even have a credit card.
Well, your father never had any fun.
Oh.
And I'm not your father.
Okay, that one didn't end that well, huh? Okay, so the husband wants to buy a new one, and wife wants to save money and buy a used one. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's go back to how many and how much. Okay, the first number one right there in the chart. Number one says cost of a new car. Okay, is $27,500, right? Now, most people, most Americans will say $27,500. Okay, don't put that and. I mean, you can say it, in regular, I guess, everyday language, but technically, you don't want to put and when you're naming numbers. Okay, so it's $27,500. Okay, not $27,500. Okay, no conjunction and when you're when you're saying numbers. Okay, all right. So it's $27,500. Is that how much or how many? Okay, so number one would be, how would you say that? You say how many? No, you say how much is the car, right? Okay, that's one way you can ask. Okay? How much is the car? $27,000. Okay, or $27,500. Okay, or you can just say 27,500. Okay. Okay. How about number two? Number two is cost of the car with taxes and fees, and that was $30,000. Okay. So same thing. How much? How much are the tax and the fees? Okay. How much are the taxes and the fees? Okay. And number three, money in the savings account. They have less than $8,000. Right. Again. So you say how much money is in the savings account. Okay. Interest rate is 4%. Okay, so you would say how many is the interest rate or how much is the interest rate? It's how much. Okay, how much is the interest rate? And the number five, months to pay, 60 months. Okay, 60 months. So this one is how many, right? How many months do you have to pay? How many months do you have to pay? Okay, you have to say many because months are count nouns, right? And it's 60 months is equal to how many years? Exactly, 5 years, right? So you could say how many years? 5 years. Okay, how many? Okay, and the last one, number 6, the cost of the used car. Cost of the used car was only $10,000, but still, it's a price, right? So you say how much is the used car? Okay. All right, I went through really quick on this first video because I had a lot to cover, and I'll see you in the second video. Okay, and we'll talk about math. Okay. All right, see you soon.